Okay, good evening, sir. Welcome to the first live again on IP strategies for bootstrap startups. How are you feeling,
Very
sir?
good evening, Raj. Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yes, sir, I'm doing great. And in fact, as this is the first video live, if anybody is watching us live, just send us a DM so that you can join the backend studio, as we are streaming this live to multiple platforms. So let's jump in, sir. Uh, Speaking about what are the cost effective IP strategies for bootstrapped startups. Um, so before we jump into the IP strategies, what does bootstrapped startups means like for a layman who doesn't know anything about the funding or seed funding? What does bootstrap means before we jump into the cost effective IP strategies?
Bootstrapped means simple. The term itself defines. It is something like the promoters or the friends and family of the promoters should have
Okay.
funded the startup to up to a level of validation before validation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. So mainly when it comes to earlier, we had seen different IP related or mainly for startups, we had seen different frequently asked questions. So um, this particular question is, what is a provisional patent application and how does it benefit startups?
Provisional is one form of filing patent application worldwide. So even in India, we have provisional applications can be filed.
Okay. So
Why we are talking about provisional applications? Yeah, we have
yeah,
someone good.
yeah, we
So
have
provisional application allows startups to secure a filing date for startups. So without a need for a full patent application if they are not ready. So the provisional application provides 12 months period that we know. So that like they can maybe build a prototype or simulate it if it is a device that can be simulated and analyzed. So that way they can test, validate their the first product or uh, the minimum viable product before
okay,
actually jumping into filing their complete specification. And also they can use this patent pending status with the provisional patent application for their pitching rounds. So this is how startups can actually consider filing a provisional patent application. Immediately uh, they think of an idea or maybe starting very initial stage of the starting a company.
okay, sir. So mainly, what would be the fee like? Though the startups try to secure a filing date for their invention, with this provisional patent application, may I know what would be the fees or upfront fees or the kind of investment which is required, sir?
Only the government fee, and if they can use an agent under SIPP scheme, so it's only the government fee. Fees is 1,600, and a patent agent who can file a provisional patent application within 10 to 15,000 in India. So it's not a big money, or they can like speak to multiple patent agents under this facilitation scheme, and then they can select one and they can avail this filing service uh, under the scheme, and they can only pay, or the effective cost would be only 1,600 rupees for filing a patent application as provisional.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And so I'd like to thank Jay Kumar ji, who's watching. Jay Kumar. Bhaktavachalam. And probably on your iPhone also, please lower the volume and see on the LinkedIn app, sir. Probably if there are any comments, definitely they'll show up here.
Yeah.
Um, if you check the LinkedIn, your profile, let's see if anybody would like to join the studio, we'll give them the direct link. So just send us a DM
Mm-hmm.
to Srinivas sir, or comment below the um, video if you'd like to join the speakers panel. If you'd like to add any value to the questions which are being discussed, and if you have any specific questions to Srinivas sir from Eva Tech or IPR attorney, please feel free to drop in the comment section. So, how can startups prioritize their innovations for patenting, sir? Um, so, this is like um, startups prioritizing their innovations for patenting.
Obviously, they have to prioritize their IPs or their works, and they have to create IPs for their overall good, for valuation, for raising investment. So they have to prioritize on the basis of commercial potential. There, there could be uh, mostly the startups are will be concentrated with one concentrated on developing one product or a service, or there could be an additional product or service. But based on the commercial potential, they have to prioritize their business as well, filing of IPs, and they have to think of the core technology, how much time to get into market, or what are the immediate things. Could be simulation testing or building a prototype quickly using simulation softwares, um, whatever it is. The technology part is the first thing, first is the commercial potential, and the second is the technology part. So these are the two aspects, the competitive advantage or the competitors study of competitors, so that they can plan their entry. So these are the three
Okay, sir.
things.
Okay, that's great. Again, with respect to their business model and whatever the limited resources which are available to them. Thank you for giving insights on that, sir. So, mainly with respect to trademarks or copyrights, what role do trademarks play in a cost-effective IP strategy?
Trademarks are trade secrets. I mean, all the IPs are very important. So it depends on the type of product they are actually building. So if it is a technology startup, then in that case, like their priority would be patent first, the utility patent, as well designs. And if apart from technology company, or maybe it could be technology company, so they can think of segregating or separating certain information which is very secret to them, so maintain those things as trade secrets. And obviously the brand name, domain name, or the logo of the company or the product, so they can actually file trademarks. So all are very important. So protecting valuable information as trade secrets is a cost effective strategy. But apart from the trade secrets, the important information like the pitch decks, or could be pitch decks cannot be maintained as secrets, but
Okay.
certain information related to costing, their future projections, which is internal to the promoters. Those things can be. There is no specific filing or maybe a form of registration in India for trade secrets. But yeah, filing a copyright for that information could do also. So the first one, the earlier question you asked, prioritizing based on the technology and the competitive advantage, and then uh, going forward to protect them in different forms available.
Okay. So can you still hear me, sir? Though I'm in not in the solo layout. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Sweet.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm just testing this as this is our first episode on this particular
Yes.
backend
It's
studio,
new for
and
me
there
as
is
well.
also
So following both the things as you suggested, I'm following on another device. So
oh
I'm
okay
seeing it on
the other
LinkedIn, and yeah.
okay cool.
Anyway,
The other
we
thing,
will use to it.
yeah, day one probably it'll take a couple of episodes to get used to it, and also on the right side of this particular studio, the backend studio, there is private chat. There are comments. I'm monitoring the comments, but please feel
Hmm.
free to click on that private chat. That is again communication between you and me. So,
Yeah.
with respect to filing a trademark application, sir, though trademarks do play a cost-effective role in terms of their IP strategy, what would be the fees like, sir, for this particular filing?
Filing a
Filing a
trademark
trademark.
application in India, like we have 45 classes.
Oh,
So
God.
based on business, on type of business, they are or type of product and service, they are divided. But in the case of startups, if it is a technology startup, someone building an aggregator, then in that case, like this particular business or that brand name will fall under multiple classes. For example, software as a product class 9, software as a service class 42, and particular, for example, if it is Zomato or maybe a food aggregator or maybe like Ola or Uber, then in that case, like class 39 or class 43, depending on the direct service. Like it is a food
Okay.
service, class 43. If it is providing or maybe facilitating transportation, it depends on the service, like the direct service. That means like they are providing a platform. That means like they are providing a software as a product, and they are providing a software service as a subscription service and the direct service. So like that, they have to choose multiple classes, and each class costs 4,500, the government fee. And as I told earlier, they can avail the filing services under SIPP scheme, not paying anything to the trademark attorney for startups. And if not, also the approximate cost in India, people file trademark applications is around 2,500 rupees for the filing stage. And further stages also a small fee if there are any objections. But for
Okay.
startups under recognized under DPIT, they can avail end-to-end service by only paying the government fee.
Okay. This is great. So, with respect to uh, the startup, again, the filing of the trademark application in a cost-effective way for the IP strategy. So, can startups use this trade secrets as part of their IP strategy, sir?
Yes, that's what. It's a cost-effective strategy. Though India doesn't has a registry, so that like we can upload our secret files and get a registration or something like in copyright. But trade secret in India works like protecting the text or the images or the code, and then by having a timestamp for themselves, storing in a secure drive or maybe on secured servers, the space providers. But with that, like they can definitely, it's nothing but like they are not spending anything. They are just creating a timestamp and having a copy saved in that location. And in case like there is a breach or maybe uh, a compromise or someone a competitor using the same criteria or maybe content or images, then they can actually file a case on them by showing these proofs.
Okay. So definitely this is good. So with respect to open source licensing, sir, to be part of startups IP strategy, how can any startup be part of the open source licensing? Um,
Open source
so,
licensing is well known. So Google providing, Amazon Web Services providing, or many other sources are providing. So open source licensing can help startups reduce their development cost. So this is very critical for them. So because like they cannot buy certain softwares or maybe hardwares. Hardwares like we don't have any open source. Open source means like we all talk about the software sources, and this will reduce considerable amount of development cost for them. So by
okay.
using and contributing to open source projects, startups can access and build upon existing technologies while focusing resources on developing proprietary or maybe value-added features, like the maps that we use in the apps, so which is provided by Google,
Yeah.
so and many other sources like this. That is a IP protected thing, but they provide this as a service. APIs can be integrated into our applications. So this will definitely save a lot of cost.
Okay. So again, I guess there are many startups out there who work on collaborations or probably through partnering and through
Yes.
contributing into this uh, developmental cost, whatever the software developmental cost, as you said, is going to be reduced. So, what is the importance of an IP audit for startups? Mainly um, conducting an IP audit and all, how important it is for startups?
This is very critical. IP audits are very critical. I recommend 15 days or 1 month audits need to be conducted based on conducting an IP audit helps startups identify all potential IP assets within the organization, and they can also assess the competitor by during the audit. Like what we do is like we collect the information from different teams, and then also collect information from the market, like from the patent publications or maybe from other websites, or with a general search. With this we call it as watch. So we'll combine both to actually come up with an audit report saying like we are using so and so resources, or we are here when compared with last month review. So and we might actually file something out of it. Maybe this is a value addition, so that like we can actually think of filing this as an IP.
Okay.
So IP audits, conducting an IP audit helps startups identify all potential IP assets, so assess their legal protection status, and strategize or maximize their value.
Okay. So with respect to the startups managing their IP related expenses, how can they do it, sir? Like how can startups manage the IP related expenses?
Startups has this. This is a gold mine, SAPP scheme for building their IPs. So they can definitely use this. This is one thing, leveraging them actually cover the professional fees that they are to be. I mean, they have to pay trademark agents or patent agents. So startups can manage IP expenses, and whatever the government fees they are paying. So this amount as well, after registration, after grant of a patent, after registration of a design. So they can reimburse this thing from either from technology development centers, or the innovation cells and statewide we have. So we here in Telangana State Innovation Council, which
Okay.
under the same department like Industrial Policy and Promotion under ATL, uh, or or they can reimburse this cost under MSME. So after registrations, whatever the additional cost they incurred,
Okay.
apart from the availing services under SIPP.
Okay. And I mean, I just wanted to bring this up from our website, the open source licensing, which you gave as the example from
Hmm.
evatech.com, again, the navigation. So I was just trying to bring that up on the screen
Yes,
from the
yes, yes.
backend. In fact, I guess I should keep a uh, I should keep probably a banner or text message. Let's see. If anybody would like to join the backend, it's been 20 minutes, but I'm sure, though we are streaming this live to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, if anybody would like to, or if anybody is listening, there are no comments yet. Probably we could have brought in, or probably we could have scheduled it again tomorrow same time. That'll be fine. But going ahead, if anybody is listening to the
We will
replay or
continue this slot. Yes,
yeah, sir,
we'll do
this
it
is good. So
regularly, irrespective of
yeah,
week or weekend.
yeah, this is like we should have a minimum of 1,000 episodes, or we should have mission 1,000 like as 1 lakh. In fact, this is the news which I had seen. Let me jump on to Eva's LinkedIn page as well. Let me see if I can bring that up on the screen as we are. Okay, I'm able to load it up. Okay, so if I let's see if we can leave a comment saying send us a DM if you'd like to join. Send us a DM to join the live. Okay, I've just done that, and I just wanted to bring this particular tab where you can speak about, before we jump into other series of questions. So I just wanted to highlight uh, the number of patents which had been completed. Yeah, this is something which I wanted to do. Okay, you can see the screen, right, sir?
Yeah,
Let me zoom in so that this is so far. How many patent grants are? I mean, I'm sure it's been, today is like 78th day in 2024, and prior to this
we
live, I
just
was just
crossed till Friday. We are 57. We added
wow.
couple of, I think, a couple of grants yesterday, not yesterday, on Saturday as well. But I'm not sure. But I remember it is 57 till Friday.
Okay, so on average, it's like a patent on every alternate day, right?
Yes,
So
more than that.
just quick question, as in, does the team get time to sleep, or how do they do it?
So we are adding people, and I mean, like we had this leverage of having I mean, our Vizag team are supporting. So all the people previously, we used to have separate works separately dealt at each place, like here in Hyderabad and Vizag. But I mean, thanks to pandemic as well, somehow we we made it as one team and prioritizing the works. So yeah, even patent office is taking like working at 10x, like when compared with the 6,500 grants in 2021-22, and now crossing 1 lakh patent grants, like clearing up all the dues. Uh, all the dues till 2017. They cleared up all the dues till 2017, almost
Oh God.
98%. And they are currently working on 2018-19 applications which are pending. Otherwise, like, it's not like 18-19 applications are only been worked. It's like they are parallelly working the early examinations requested for 21, 22, 23, even 24 applications as well.
Okay.
So the same way we
So
are also collaborating our whole team, like we are prioritizing our works. Yes.
okay. So this is like a quick commercial break in between. If this is like a 1 hour episode, definitely this would fall into the 20-minute episode and a 10-minute commercial break for a TV
Yeah.
serial kind of a setup. But I had question on this illustrations. So our illustrations are also patents or um, searches, I
Illustrations
think.
are used. Yeah, illustrations are used in utility patent applications and design applications. So whatever we filed in India as well, we support illustrations for US attorneys, US and European attorneys. This is
Okay.
where like we started with. So illustrations is the key thing integrated into our whole of the services. But we won't like we cannot publish these things like we did this illustration or we prepared these drawings.
Okay.
This
And
is
with respect,
something. Yeah.
yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt you, sir. Please go ahead.
No, that's fine. So each application's drawings, it could be 3 pages or 10 pages, or maybe in some cases there could be 20, 30 pages as well. So in
Oh,
each page, couple of drawings, one figure or two figures or three figures. So 26,000 patent illustration jobs means like it's for one application. That means like almost 26,000 plus jobs means 26,000 plus patent or design applications.
oh God. I can imagine the amount of
So
hard work.
we have this when we started this as a service first. So back in 2012, before that as well. But as a company, EVA, like we are doing it from 2012.
Okay. This is great. So, with respect to the rest of the posts, we'll jump back to the benefits. Mainly, what are the benefits of a well drafted non disclosure agreement? Um, so, we had seen the IP related expenses, how the startups manage. We have seen the importance of IP audit for startups. So, what are the benefits of well drafted non disclosure agreements?
NDAs are very important. Non-disclosure agreement is very important for startups because before filing an IP, before filing a copyright or patent application, before filing their trademark application, they have to maybe discuss in the round of initial seed funding, or maybe setting up of a company with a chartered accountant or a company secretary, or within to find a co-founder. So the first person, or maybe the two people who came together should discuss their idea with at least to few people. So NDAs, not only that stage, maybe in the next stage of finding a vendor, or maybe finding a service who can help them, like a service person like me who can file their IPs. All these things, like all these engagements, should start with a non-disclosure agreement, because like this is about, or this startup or the product or service is about, or is all about a new product or maybe new service or innovative technology. So
Okay.
NDAs, that are the two very well drafted NDAs are very much required. So need based on the service or product or the type of person they are engaging. So a well drafted NDA ensures all the confidential information is not disclosed, or maybe if not disclosed also, like it protects them. from commercial uh, commercial exploitation by others. So, like some aspects could be non-patentable innovations, like startup. All the startups who may not have or may not be eligible for getting a patent, but still, like their idea, the business idea is different or business method is different. So, in that case, like an NDA should be in place, or at some point, even the copyright applications are to be in place. So it all starts with NDAs. So they need a customized NDAs for all the stakeholders before entering or maybe before starting business with them.
Okay. So yeah, this is great, sir. This is awesome. And could you please go through the private charts in this studio, in the backend studio? You have that banners, brand. Could you please click on that private chart, sir?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
okay, just keep going through the private chat. I've just invited any of our team members to see if they will also join live. And the next quick question which I have is, how can collaborating with universities and research institutions benefit startups? Now, this is something which we had seen on at T Hub also. Probably this can be another 1 hour episode, but I'm super excited to listen to your comments on this one. And let me bring that up. Okay, so how can collaborating with universities and research institutions benefit startups? We have seen the Germany companies who had come on CBAS and all that. I leave it up to you. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, collaboration can provide access access to current ongoing research. So that too with the universities and institutions. So startups, as they need infrastructure, they need people to support them. So these collaborations can provide access to all of those, and facilitates expertise to new innovations that can be co-patented as well with collaboration with universities or institutions. So these partnerships often come with favorable IP terms, because so the startup is the one who approaches them, or maybe the company approaches them, and university, maybe with the help of the postgraduate um, um, fellows, they can actually get a technology built, but ultimately, commercialization part need to be done by the company, the startup or the small entity. So
Okay.
it's more like they'll be friendly in negotiations, in maybe um, filing jointly the IPs, and even the terms related to licensing or maybe royalty will be also favorable for startups. That way, collaboration can provide access to cutting edge research and as well resources. And as you are rightly telling, like we attended the last month's event. So that team of institutions from Europe, they are interested in taking or hand holding startups from India, or taking patented inventions or patented innovations, so that they want to develop as collaborative work. So that is a great thing. So that's fair. So institutions partnership is very much, or an opportunity need to be explored by startups.
Okay, sir. And research institutions, I wonder what kind of research institutions are available, be it in Hyderabad or be it in our Telugu states or in southern India. Uh, do we like? Is it ICRISAT or is it some other companies? What are the? Does the German company? I mean, the one who invited. I guess it was IES Factor. I just got that on the screen. So, what are the research institutions are. Let me bring that up on here. Yeah. So looking at this one, where you are also one of the panelists.
Yeah.
So as we end this particular today's live, I just wanted to check. Could you give examples of few research institutions also who would love to uh, collaborate and
Yeah.
probably helping the
In
startups?
in Yeah, when we are talking about the institutions in Hyderabad, particularly, so we have JNTU Hyderabad, which has a J Hub similar to T Hub. Like they have incubation facility. The incubatees or the startups coming there, enrolling. Like they can have access to collaborative works as well, facilities there as well. They can team up or maybe sponsor some of the projects in the university. Likewise, we have University of Hyderabad and Usmani University and many even private universities deemed to be universities or institutions like the Mahindra University or maybe Malareddy University. There are many institutions, CBIT, Vignan Jyoti. All people are. I mean, there are incubation centers in each institution, or where I'm like naming some of them. So they have
Okay.
incubation centers. So they're like we have startups incubated. So the the atmosphere is actually set for universities in last 5 years, 6 years, and
Okay.
this collaborative approach with the institutions and universities can be explored by all the startups.
Okay. So this is great, sir. And the last question for this evening, sir, are there any examples or startups using any cost-effective strategies like cost-effective IP strategies successfully?
Mm-mm-mm.
Uh, Probably
Yep.
anybody
Day
from
before,
our own. Yeah, please go ahead, sir.
couple of days back, actually, we are taking this example of Tonbo Imaging, an Indian startup specializing in advanced imaging and sensor systems, has effectively used a combination of patents and trade secrets to protect their technology while leveraging open source software for non-critical components and the rest of the hand-holding by an university. So it's a successful startup we can take, and we have many success stories in Hyderabad as well. So we have our client AODH Life Sciences. So
Okay.
they had hand holding from the university, and so yes, and
Okay.
many other success stories. So maybe we can take each of them to discuss about their IPs, their approach, in our or at least couple of them to discuss more about how he is the one. So he's Mr. Sivamallikarjun Reddy,
Okay.
the founder. Yes.
So they're into like life sciences, as in I wonder what do they create. This reminds me of some uh, vaccine related COVID,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
anything
You
with
can. Yes.
okay for
Yes.
respiratory
Yes.
infections.
Yes. They have two patents granted. Actually, four patents granted. So for it's a new approach. The second one, I mean, right side one, targeted. Go back.
Okay, so
So
yeah, the
targeted
target.
delivery through nasal route. So there they are actually working.
Okay, for bacterial sinusitis and antimicrobial. This is again a notion. Anything in life.
Like we know azithromycin taken orally, right? So their critical work is azithromycin through nasal route. So that is the current the work they are actually doing.
This is good. In fact, the other startup which you just mentioned, uh, Townboy Imaging,
Yes,
I was looking at Townboy Imaging, a Bangalore-based company.
yes,
So it's been a great evening, sir. Again, talking about the cost-effective IP strategies. Again, with respect to trade secrets, I believe that anything which is already been published, I guess this is something which can be giving the due credit to the creator, probably the user. Again, uh, we can talk for hours on copyrights, but people working are leveraging the open source, like the way you mentioned. Again, balanced approach. Definitely, there could be many ways of managing IP related expenses for their startups, sir. So we'll tune in live again tomorrow with probably it could be the latest updates. Um, so do you have any message, or how can people reach you? Like, what is the best way to get in touch with you?
it's one click. evatech.com or Eva on Google, Eva Patent Services, or we are. I think like we are known to many.
Okay.
So this is a one click away on internet, and we can be reached. Yes. So they
Okay.
can chat, they can book an appointment, they can call.
Okay. Using the messenger. Okay, which is good.
Yes,
So booking or going through the appointment page, sir. Okay, this
yes,
is great. Thank you so much, sir. Let's tune in live tomorrow with another episode with
sure.
startups are in the startup culture. Thank you so much, and
Yeah,
I'll just end this stream. And if anybody is catching the replay, please send a DM or probably leave a comment so that you can join us live in the backend studio. And also do listen to this on Apple Podcast Live, Google Podcast Live. Please hit subscribe. You're watching on if you're watching the replay on YouTube, if it's on LinkedIn, please hit share or do follow. And for Facebook, again, just send us a DM. Thank you so much, sir. You have a great evening.
great
Bye bye,
evening to
sir.
all, and thanks for